I'm in Krasnodar and I found so beautiful graffiti, eye-catching. Ooh, tramway. It's tram. There are so many trams here actually. I guess it's because all the city usually is in traffic jam. And it helps to avoid it. Krasnodar is a large city, more than 1 million people, if I'm not mistaken, 1 million and 200 people live here. It's quite big. We are located on the Krasnaya Street. It's the main street of the city. Our host, where we rented an apartment, and our host was astonished so why he couldn't understand why we came to see Krasnodar as tourists, because usually people come here for business trips and for some treatment, but we wanted to take a look at this city. And one more thing, I'm looking for a place for living because I want to buy my own accommodation and I can't afford buying one in St. Petersburg. It's too pricey. Krasnodar is more or less affordable to me, but I guess I'll think about it. The main drawbacks I see are intensive traffic jam. Then I'll show you later the houses in the outskirts of the city, all the flats, all those buildings. They are built so tight to one another, so it's very hard to find a parking lot. It's really, I don't know, the air is not very pleasant there, so it's very hot here. Incidentally, today it's 30 degrees above zero, and tomorrow it's going to be even 35 or something like that. So I'm in two minds about whether I should go here for living, I should live here or not. I don't know right now. I'll have to give it one more thought. And I'm on the places of moving here. I can name, I guess, climate, because I don't like climate in St. Petersburg. Affordable accommodation. The city has an international airport, so I can go abroad whenever I like. Also, it's very close to the mountains, Adygea. We are going there on Saturday. It's more or less close to the sea. I can't say I liked it, but it's fine. So, what else? You can easily find a job here. There are enough options. There is great infrastructure. All the shops, all the banks, everything you need is here. There are great opportunities for children. There are many great schools. They are not free of charge, but still they are decent enough. And so everything, life here seems not bad actually. So maybe I was wrong in my first impression of Krasnodar as a big village. Maybe it's not so. By the way, I have forgotten about one more plus regarding moving to Krasnodar. There are a lot of famous medical centers. People across all Russia come here to cure their diseases. They have some disorders. I have none of them, but it's yet I'm just 30, and one day I'm going to be old and I'm going to who need medical treatment, so it's one more advantage as far as I can see. I came to eat some sushi, and they're quite yummy, scrumptious. I recommend this place, although I don't remember the name. When I go out, I will shoot the name of the restaurant. I take a few steps from Krasnodar, from the very heart of the city, and you are surrounded by provincial scenery. Everything is under construction here. They're building more and more skyscrapers. We came to Park by Galitsky. It's a more contemporary park. It has been built not too many years ago. It's spacious. And there are very tiny cut trees over here. People like to ride bikes, scooters here, or just to walk with their kids. And those houses over there, as far as I know, they're not so cheap, so according to the location, to the popular location, the prices are a little bit higher. You can grab a snack here, an ice cream, coffee, hot dog, iced tea, whatever. What are these? I think these are stadium tickets, or I don't know. Right now the screens are dead. Of course they are, because there are no football matches in the stadium. There are some peculiar slots. Yeah, those are stadium sectors for all football lovers. The most significant drawback we see is that it's very hot here, and in our view a park is something when you get shadow everywhere, and here you cannot find shelter, find cover from sun, and it's burning, scorching hot. It's not so pleasant to work here. It's not so amazing in my view. And one more drawback is that everything seems a bit artificial, so like everything is mathematically measured. The style, such, I don't know what to call this, constructivism or whatever. It's complicated, but still it's nice. Skater boy. A hello from Japan, bonsai. Restroom. There is a shop. A bull can enter. There is a cafe. why bulls can enter. Here's why. It's their symbol. And the fence is artistic art fence. The shadow. Do you want to burn your ass? Then sit down here. I think I'll skip it. I'll pass. Look at the fountain. I wonder whether we can swim here. What amazing gardens they have. And here you can sit down in the shadow. So nice. I'm definitely going to do that. Just in a couple of secs. And for those who are craving for water, there is a fountain with some dirty water there. And that's cool. Such colorful buildings. And here are fountains again. It's in heaven for kids. You cannot enter the school building from here, and kids cannot enter the park so easily. Here we can see like an artificial waterfall, so called. And these ever-growing trees I'm not familiar with them. I don't know what they are. Take a look at this. Ouch, ouch. A bit painful. Even the core is covered with this, I don't know what, needles? No. I found lavender field. I don't know what this is, but it's magnificent. So it's like a swimming pool for your feet. Oh no, some kids are even swimming. I'm looking for cover from sun. Oh, windy. Well, while I'm having a rest here, I wanted to tell about the first impression of Krasnodar. It was awful because we were in the outskirts of the city, and they are not very pleasant. And still, I have my pluses and minuses columns. Still, minuses are way more numerous than pluses. For example, you can always hear how your neighbors hold some maintenance works, refurbishments, and it doesn't help you live a normal life. The air is stiff, it's dusty here all around, and if you want fresh air, you have to buy quite an expensive house, and it would be rather far from Krasnodar. You will need a car, and you will need to spend much time to go here. But if you prefer flats, apartments, then you won't have fresh air. You will have to shut the windows almost always, and to use split systems to cool the air, and it's not always very pleasant. It's not very good for your throat. Mine suffers from that a lot. Also, they are speed riders. They ride with a very high speed, and it's very dangerous, hazardous for passerbys. I don't like it, I disapprove it. Really, in this traffic jam, it's something disastrous, so they should build subway or something. It's just impossible to live here. So I think I'd rather pass. I'll find another place for living. And also now it's noon and it's so hot, but it's not the hottest day. No, it's like an average, just 30 degrees, nothing special. But if a couple of weeks ago they had 38 degrees above zero, and I think I'm gonna die in such weather. So that's not to my liking. I think I'll find something else. We are in the Trade Mall gallery here, and they have masterpieces of some artists. They can be bought. This one goes for 85,000 rubles. I like this one and this one. Black Sea Storm. Aww. Krasnodar trams. Oh, look at the light. At the very end of Krasnaya Street. It's not very pretty here. We're going to walk along it. Till it's going to obtain its hipster look. I like this house. Look at the arc. I guess it's old enough. Look at the balconies. Famous Russian composer lived here in this house. I found another peculiar house. Look at this window and the balcony, and there is a Georgian restaurant down here. Look at it, we found some swings here. You can sit and swing and relax in shadow. Look at this colorful fella. I wonder what this is. No idea. I looked up and I found out this it's Stadium Dynamo. So it's some sportive events happen here. I don't know exactly which, but they say it's a trade center and a market, but I don't know. No, they say I've heard it's college. Although my maps claim that it's a trade center. The restaurant is closed. As far as I can see, the restaurant of Russian cuisine. It's called Borщberry. So it's a word play. Borscht, it's our famous Russian soup. Berry, it's like a berry, which you know. And in Russian, beri means take it. So if you happen to be in Krasnodar, maybe you'll manage to visit this restaurant. Do you know why letter E is used here and not K? Because the town was firstly named not Krasnodar but Ekaterinodar, after the name of the Russian Empress Ekaterina II. You see, they don't want you to swim in the fountain. It's the heart of the city, the center. It's very hot here and there is no sea and people crave for water, so I think they dive right into this fountain. And local authorities, policemen are strongly against it. I don't know yet, but I assume that it's Ekaterina II. Or who else could it be? Or maybe not. Yeah, this is she. As far as I understand, this memorial was established in 2009 in April. Angels. Oh, what a nice restaurant with a beautiful, gorgeous garden. That's the entrance to Optics, and they have this very creative statue welcoming you. Pythagore restaurant, geometry style. Look at this creepy abandoned house in the center of Krasnaya. Wow. It reminds me of St. Petersburg. The architecture is very similar. If you have been to our city, I think you'll agree with me. If you've watched my video about Russian classics, you might have guessed the name Alexander Pushkin. It's the first name that comes to mind when a Russian is asked who's the most famous Russian writer is. So Alexander Pushkin, it's his memorial, and it's a library also by his name. And this is a court, very large building. And this is Ekaterina's garden. It's very small. I don't recommend you go there because there's only a memorial behind my back and fountain, and actually that's it. That's the whole garden. So don't waste your time going here. Only if you like monuments. We use priority pass, so business hall in Krasnodar airport, and this is what I grabbed for a snack. It's something vegetarian. It's potato, cabbage, I don't know, some salad. I don't know what exactly it contains. It's something sweet, and it's also sweet meat tea, and that's all I can show you. We see it separately due to COVID. There are almost no people. It's a bar over there. You have to pay for the alcohol drinks, and all the rest is free of charge. If I have time later, I'll show you what they offer today. It's not much of a choice. They don't have so much to offer, but still, it's better than nothing. And you are tired of being out, you can go to this office to charge your phone, relax, take a nap, whatever. It's more or less cozy here. Here you can buy souvenirs, Russian souvenirs. While I'm having 30 minutes before boarding to the plane, I can tell you how my day went today, and it was not very good because we checked out from the apartment that we rent, and everything went more or less smoothly, but 2 or 3 hours later the landowner called me and demanded an answer from me. How did I manage to ruin the bed sheets? So like they were completely damaged. There was a huge yellow, I don't know, huge yellow something stain, or I don't know, whatever. Like I spilled something, or I don't know, I did something intentionally and didn't confess him, but that was not true, or at least I didn't notice. But still, I've got no idea really. And he was furious, and he told me that it would cost him another 1,500 rubles to buy some new bed sheet, and so it would be on my conscience. And he ruined my mood for the rest of the day. Really now I'm more or less okay, but still I don't like the situation. Even if I was wrong, he could not yell at me and not blame me blindly, but ask me politely, and maybe I would pay him if he would prove somehow that it was me. But even if he makes some photos, for example, how can I be sure that it's that bed sheet that I was sleeping on? Or maybe he spilled something intentionally just to take some more money out of me. So I don't know really, and This guy was very, very unpleasant. Morning, actually. From the first day when we checked in, he like made fools out of us. Like I don't know, we came from, in his view, we came from some village and we didn't know how to use microwave oven or split system or anything else. So like we were gullible, I don't know, and completely unaware of everything, all gadgets, all devices. And when he came today, he didn't say hi or bye or something. He just he started the conversation with the question, have you ruined something? Have you broken any device? Like, I don't know, he treats all his tourists like all intruders who break something and make his life tense. So I think he shouldn't do this business even. And his wife is actually the same. She's like a sidekick. She repeats everything he says, and she actually is a moroness, the same as her husband. But finally this day is over and I'm living in Krasnodar. Eventually I can see that I didn't like it. I won't go back here, or at least I don't want to. But still, there are some beautiful places here if you like heat. Maybe you should come here, but give it a second thought. I have dressed up